Hello. Today we're going to look at the principal community routes that go around Lake Burley Griffin, which is smack in the middle of Canberra. Canberra city centre is close to the lake's north side, opposite the Parliamentary Triangle on the other side. Between the city and Parliament is the Commonwealth Avenue Bridge. The trip around the lake is divided into two separate rides, east of Commonwealth Bridge, which goes through more developed areas, and west of Commonwealth Bridge. This video is following the western ride. This city, along with the city loop, form connections with nearly every major community route in Canberra. They enable bike riders to connect between routes when they want to ride longer journeys, and we will highlight the connections between these routes. This map was developed from the ACT Active Travel Planning tool. We will start on the north side of the lake, just west of Commonwealth Bridge, where the brown city loop, C8, meets up with the purple route C2 and green route LBG. Because the west side of the bridge is closed for 2026, we will need to use the east side of the bridge before going west along the south side and then around the lake. This footage has been recorded at nearly double the speed for efficiencies and time use. If you wish to see the video at a credible rate, please set it to half the speed in the YouTube settings. Okay then, let's get started. If you're coming in from the western city, you've probably come over that pedestrian bridge on the left from Marcus Clark Street, and we're heading down on the high-speed cycle route that goes around away from the foreshore where the slower pedestrian route is, and we'll go down through to Henry Rollin Park, and go under the bridge to get to the other side of the bridge and use the cycle path up and across the lake. I reckon I'm doing about 25 kilometres an hour. That scooter probably went a little bit faster than that, just a little. We're now on the eastern side of the lake, so we can use this side of the bridge. And once we're past this fenced off area, we'll take the usual sharp left turn and go up the ramp onto the cycle path on the eastern side of the bridge. This particular bit of the footage was taken during the morning peak hour. You can see cyclists that operate at comparable speeds to cars. There's a bit more pedestrian traffic, and we just manoeuvre left and right to avoid colliding with or scaring anyone else using the same path. No particular hassle there. At the far end of the bridge, we'll turn left to take the ramp going down and then do a sharp right turn to go underneath the bridge and carry off to the right in a westerly direction on Flynn Drive. You can get down to the lakeside path on the right. It's a little bit longer, but it's smoother. It's primarily designed for pedestrian use. This path is straight and fast, but there are a few bumps from route uplift as you go under these trees, so it's worth bracing yourself for the occasional impact on the way through. At the roundabout, we shall be turning right. The main road is Alexandrina Drive, but the cycle path that goes along is perfectly satisfactory in its own right, so we'll continue to use that. This area is the primary launching ramp for dinghies using the Canberra Yacht Club. But I've never had any blockage or obstacle. There's plenty of room for people to get through. There's quite a lot of traffic, particularly at weekends, going through this crescent getting to the yacht club, but everyone is generally slow and careful. I find the actual road of Alexandrina Drive is lightly used, and people don't go very fast because it is quite slow for cars to use as well. So it's a valid alternative. I don't get concerned about using it. It's a bit more hilly because it goes in a straighter line, whereas the cycle path is slightly longer, but it's less hilly because it turns left and right to maintain fewer steep hills on the way. The other good thing about this cycle path has been very well designed, so there are good sight lines, so you can see approaching traffic all the way around at reasonable bicycle speeds. It's very well designed for bicycles to use to go distances. As you can, although we're going across entrances to the car parks, again, good sight lines, and nice, gently swooping left and right turns along here. It's all very pleasant. In a short distance, we shall be crossing the road, but there's a freshly built wombat crossing to make it easily and safe for cyclists to cross. Like so. Shortly after the next drain bridge, there is a left-hand turn where Principal Route C4 heads off to the left and then goes down from there through Woden and continues on down south to Tuggeranong. And very soon we shall turn right across yet another wombat crossing, which reduces the risk from car-bicycle pool collisions. Most of the time. There are a number of yacht and dinghy clubs, rowing clubs here, and there's even a police station for the water police. We're approaching the Western Peninsula, which is up on the right here. It has a number of interesting things, lovely parkland. There's a nursery, a cafe, playgrounds for kids, fantastic playgrounds. It's a gorgeous area to spend some time. One of the things I like here, next door to the nursery, there's a cafe that actually provides afternoon tea, which is better than coffee. And last time I went, they actually provided the tea with proper cups and saucers. Very pleasant afternoon. Maybe I'm just showing my age. Right, I'm actually doing this ride with a very good friend who's doing the filming as we go along. Occasionally you will see another bicycle and occasionally me where I've overtaken him momentarily. He'll be very chuffed to be acknowledged for doing this ride. Now this bit of the woodland is very mature, and occasionally after storms I've seen trees come down. So if you're going along here fast after a storm, be aware of the possibility that a tree just came down on the left there. The possibility of fallen trees, and be ready to stop. He's seen it happen just once or twice. All this path has been resurfaced recently. Bar the odd walking duck, it's a good safe place for going fast. The only place that is not fast is there's a bridge that goes over a bay, and it's made out of very old wood, and the planking has become rough and rumbly, and it's almost tooth-joltingly bumpy as you go through. This bridge here, in fact. Okay, I'm now approaching the Governor-General's house. And we'll be crossing the entrance, or Dun Russell Drive in the near future. There we go. And it's a gentle uphill. There was some kind of very mature plantation on the top of this hill. At the bottom of this route there is a tunnel, and once you've gone after the tunnel immediately after, there's a main, not principal route that turns to the left, takes you through Curtin and down to Woden, along to C4 and then on to Tuggeranong. Through this tunnel you go through amazingly fast. If you want to go left, slow down and turn left now. It's a marvellous fast route. A little bit further on we're going to turn left. You can turn left onto Route C5 that takes you into Weston, and we will connect with C5 for several kilometres and come up until it departs again about 4 or 5 kilometres onto Belconnen. Here we go. This is where you turn left only if you want to go to Weston and follow the Malonglay River for about 3 or 4 kilometres. But we're going to carry on around here and join up with Scrivener Dam and continue. We're now following the Malonglay River for a short distance. The National Zoo is on the left over the river, and occasionally, if you look carefully, you can see the odd giraffe's head popping over the top of the trees. The significant roadworks are going on here, or dam works, as Scrivener Dam is being reinforced to keep it in place. The good thing is the contractors have done a really good job to maintain cycle priority as they cross the road. As you go under this tunnel, call out because there's a blind corner for cyclists coming down the hill. There has been the occasional bike collision, on head-to-head collision, which has not been a good story. Scrivener Dam is on the right, and the Malonglay River outflow is down to the left. This area has recently been mowed mowed and improved. It used to have waist-high vegetation which reduced the visibility for cyclists. We're about to go uphill. Bikes would come down very fast, 40 k's or so. So much easier, much safer. I don't know the proper name of this place. I used to call it Blackberry Hill because in January and February, lots of kids would be out scrumping blackberries and getting covered in blackberry juice and having one marvellous time. That's the end of the hill. You can see Black Mountain ahead, which is just to the west of the city centre. And from here, we head downhill through what I think is a cork oak plantation. As you can see, this is a brand new resurfaced path. It used to be really bumpy going through here. It's one of the last major resurfacing jobs that has happened. It's very much appreciated over the next couple of kilometres. It really was a bit of a bone shaker here before. And on the left is Barrenjoey Drive car park, which is a park and ride area where you can come in with your bike in your car, park the car all day and ride in the 15 or 20 minutes into the city. It's a glorious ride and it allows you to park for free. Very good incentive to get people not taking their cars into the city. You get regular but not massive use. The building up to the left I've never been to, but I'm told it's called the Burundjeri Art Gallery, which is an Aboriginal art gallery. Artistic friends say it's very good, worth going there. I'm not an expert, so I wouldn't know, I'm sorry. And the signed off path off to the left, just there to go there if you want. Alternatively, you can access to it from Lady Denman Drive, which is just about 200 metres over to the left at the moment. We're just going to stop for a moment because it's the only public toilet in the northwest segment. In fact, it's the only toilet west of Commonwealth Bridge on this route, as far as I know. Yep, that seems to work fine, which is good. Once we've turned this corner, there is a left-hand turn where the principal route C5 turns off and goes through to Belconnen. There is a pedestrianised signalised crossing, but despite that, please look out for cars. Occasionally they elect not to stop. It's not a safe crossing all the time. You'll frequently find early in the morning, this is a main launching site for people who want to go trainers, rowers. You see 4s and 8s going around here at high speed while people shout at them with loud hailers from speedboats. Black Mountain is up to our left. There's just one dual carriageway and there's a very steep uphill going up. And just enough room to cycle path down here. In a short distance, Black Mountain extends further to the right and there's forms Black Mountain Peninsula, which are a great recreational area. There are lots of sporting areas, grass, parkland, swimming areas, islands to swim to, boating sheds and things of that ilk. Oh, and the odd cafe, of course. And barbecues. So from here, that cycle path goes off to the right around the Black Mountain Peninsula, and we're going straight up and over the top. At the very top of this hill, there's a road that enters. Visibility is limited, particularly for cars. They tend not to spot cyclists going in either direction. So as you cross this road, do take care. If you see a car, there's a possibility they won't stop. Okay, and we're now carrying on down again back to the lake. Very soon there is a left-hand turn which takes you up to Clunies the Ross Street, which goes up the west side of the Australian National University, ANU, and up onto Berry Drive, which is the main route between Belconnen Way from Belconnen to the city, which is a good alternative to get to the north side of the city centre. That's the route to Clunies Ross Street, and coming up to Sullivan's Creek was the main drain from the north side. To go over the bridge here, you need to take the uphill option to go over the bridge. If you don't, you end up staying on this side of the bridge to cross underneath. That's Sullivan's Creek underneath us now. And then we go down again to the water's edge. In the near future, this path will now divide into two options. If you take the left-hand option, you will go straight up and down over the next peninsula, but we're going to go around this time. We're going to go around the long way. So from here you can turn left here to go past the peninsula that has a few Australian National University departments, and at the very end is the Australian National Museum, which is a very good half day or day out for sightseeing and tourism. In this area there are a couple of very active magpies during magpie season between August and November. There's a good chance you'll be swooped if you go along here. Okay, over to our right is the National Museum, which is a few hundred metres away. And we're approaching a roundabout where you can turn left and go up to ANU, Australian National University, at Lennox Crescent. And then we're going to turn right again to Lawson Crescent, which takes people from the city centre out to the National Museum. And the lake is again on our right. In a short time, we shall rejoin with the route that went up over the hill. It comes down a steep hill and up under a tunnel and joins with us here. Very soon after this car park, there is a left-hand turn where you climb up and you join with Edinburgh Avenue, which is the route between Parks Way and the city. You can turn left here, and that's another way into Acton or Southwest City. Alternatively, in a few seconds, we'll have finished the loop, and you can go back up again over the pedestrian bridge to Marcus Clark Street. Okay, that's the Western Loop. You can join both the Western and the Eastern loops for a 1.25 hour fast ride, 30 odd kilometres, and have a great time. There are 2 or 3 peninsulas we've been around that provide excellent alternative routes. There's lots to see and do. Also, you have connections to other routes going around here. So just go along here so you can see from where we stop. You can continue just going on round. You don't need to use the bridges. You go under the bridge and you continue on from here. Okay, that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for your time. Cheerio.